everyone. Happy Thursday evening. Welcome to our Thursday night Science and Tech and Business Opportunity Call with LifeWave. My name is Dr. Stacy Holweger. I am a Senior Presidential Director with LifeWave, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Miss Marcy Preble, who is also a Senior Presidential Director. I am going to be sharing some information with you tonight about LifeWave's technology, how the patch works, how it can benefit you, what to expect. And Marcy's going to come on in a little bit and she's going to share some information with you about the business side of LifeWave, how you can not only use the technology at a discount, but also be able to earn additional income or substantial amounts of income in this company that is literally one of the fastest growing multi-level marketing companies in the industry. We are a technology company, and David Schmidt is the owner of our company. He is the inventor of this technology. This is nowhere else on the planet. We are not a Me Too company. We are not a Me Too product. You will never find this anywhere else. And we actually have a 20-year patent on this patch that I'm going to share with you the information about. We're in year 3 of that 20-year patent. So you're going to be really excited about that for the future, right? And know that David is invented and has been inventing since he was a child. That's all he does is invent. But he does own the company. He is the CEO of the company as well, too. So obviously he's very involved in all of that side of LifeWave. But I want to talk to you about how this technology works, what he invented, what some of those frequently asked questions are, and what you can expect from the patch. So this is a non-transdermal patch. If you look at this side, you can see it's sticky with my finger, and this side is smooth. The middle, that is what David has invented. That white part. So this is a wearable light technology. Remember, I just said it was non-transdermal. Non-transdermal means nothing is transferring into the body. No chemical, no nutrient, no herb, no substance, no homeopathic remedy. Nothing is entering my skin. You're familiar with transdermal patches like nicotine patch, birth control patch, pain patch, estrogen patch. Those are patches that put chemicals or nutrients or substances into your body through your skin. Your skin's your largest organ. So things can transfer through them. This doesn't work that way. This is non-transdermal. So when I put this on, not one thing enters my body. This is wearable light. We call this phototherapy or photobiomodulation. So when I put this on in the morning, when I get up, I brush my teeth and I put my patch on. What happens is my body's light or heat that I emit is going to hit this patch. It's going to hit that white part. That's what David's invented. It's actually a crystal lattice structure. And that structure is a proprietary blend, of course. Remember, I told you we have a 20-year patent on this patch. A proprietary blend of organic amino acids, oxygen, water, and sugars. These molecules form together in a very specific way. They form a lattice that is reflective. Now, these are not amino acids that you're going to go get in your cabinet in the kitchen or a bag of white sugar that's deadly for you. That's not what we're talking about, okay? And remember that those molecules that form that lattice structure are embedded in here. They're in this white part. So again, they're not entering your body at all. Some people are like, well, I can't have sugar, my blood sugar, blah, blah, blah. Nothing at all, okay? So remember, this is sandwiched in here. So when I put this on, that lattice structure that's reflective, my light hits this. My body's light that I emit hits this patch and reflects back into me, my light, but in a very specific wavelength. Now, if you didn't know, we emit heat or light. We can go outside right now at night and I can look through night vision goggles and I can see the neighbors or the animals down the road because of the heat or light that they are emitting. It's called thermal imaging. We can see the outline of people in colors, red, yellow, green, blue, orange, right? And so this patch works with that. So I put it on in the morning, my body's light hits it, immediately reflects back my own light in a very specific wavelength. And that white is proven to elevate a very specific peptide in your body. That peptide is called GHKCU copper peptide. Now, a copper peptide is responsible for a lot of things. I'm going to pull my book out again because we don't have that much time tonight. I've got about 6 minutes. But if you don't have Dr. Harmon's book, I want you to get this book. Dr. Lauren Picard discovered the peptide GHK-Cu copper peptide over 50 years ago. This year, Dr. Harmon took his 50 years of research and information and put it into a very easy to understand book for every single person. And this book actually goes into detail on the benefits of GHK. One of the benefits of GHK is improving your cardiovascular system. I'm sure we all have one of those. So when you use this patch, you're going to have benefits in your cardiovascular system. Another thing is your neurological system. Huge benefits in cognition and in the brain function and helping with neurodegenerative types of issues. Earlier this year on my YouTube channel, I had back in February, posted 4 weeks of videos on heart health, cardiovascular health, and this technology and how this can benefit you. I even interviewed cardiologists. I even interviewed acupuncture doctors that specialize in these areas. In November last month, Dr. Don Verhulst and I, who's a medical doctor, we spent 4 weeks deep diving into what this book talks about with brain health and neurodegeneration. So huge benefits for the two main things that are keeping you alive right now. You put this patch on every day and it's going to benefit those two systems that you need to literally be breathing on this planet. Not to mention the benefits of GHK with our skin, keeping us young, youthful, healthy, right? Keeping our skin tight and firm. Collagen production is huge with this patch as well, too. We also see benefits of GHK in athletic performance, in muscle recovery and repair. And we see benefits of GHK actually activating our own stem cells. All of that information's in the book. So what happens is you get up in the morning, you don't think about this. You just put your patch on, you brush your teeth, you go about your day, right? 12 hours later, you take it off, you throw it away, and then you do the same thing the next day. But what's happening is a biochemical reaction inside of your body. When you elevate that peptide, GHK-Cu copper peptide, it resets a third of your genes back to their young, youthful, healthy state immediately. You don't think about it. It just happens, right? You couldn't make it happen if you wanted to. But a third of your genes are like, boom, perfect, in utero, young, youthful, healthy. Well, what happens is from using this patch is a compound effect. Using it day after day, week after week, month after month, heck, year after year. Marcy's over 4 years. I'm almost on my way to 3 years, right? Using this technology now. Why are we still patching? Well, because we are in our 20s. But not. We're really in our 50s. So that's really important for longevity and vitality and prevention and overall wellness, right? To be able to keep your body healthy and young and youthful. Preventing the top 5 things. Obviously, heart disease is number 1, right? Cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, right? And we know that this patch, this technology, impacts all the systems and all the organs in your body. And so when you reset those genes express to other genes over time. And if you've probably heard a lot of our testimonials, people have amazing results, sometimes early on with the patch. You know, we have people in the One Patch Wonder Club. I'll be honest, it wasn't me. It wasn't my husband. It was my friend Laura, though. I put a patch on her and 20 minutes later, her shoulder pain was like, whoop, this is gone. I'm good to go, right? But that's not common for people. Based on our clinical studies, and we have over 90 clinical studies, over 10 different clinical studies with this patch alone, many double-blind placebo-controlled independent studies, peer-reviewed studies, you can find on our website, startx39now.com. Please go there. Feel free to look at all the patents, all the research, all the studies. They're all there. Marcy has put together a fantastic resource, literally, for us to be able to share with anybody and everyone all over the planet. You can change the language, pick your country, whatever you need. And that is going to give you the basis and the foundation of this technology, because we just don't have time to get into that now tonight. But what happens is a lot of times what we see in our studies is about 80% of the people are going to have pain reduction, better quality sleep, more mental energy, clarity, focus, concentration, physical energy, faster wound healing in the first 3 to 6 weeks. That's common for people to have some changes. I'm not saying you're going to be fixed. I'm not going to say you have 30 years of problems gone in 3 weeks. Like, let's be realistic. If I said that, you should run right now. This is regenerative medicine. It's going to take time, but you're going to start to notice some changes in the first 3 to 6 weeks. We have another percentage of the population, about 20%, that they don't notice things for 3 to 6 months. Water is going to be your friend. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. make sure you're getting your trace minerals. Electrolytes are super important for those cell-to-cell communication in your body. So obviously that's going to be able to help you see and feel results faster if you are hydrating, right? But know that the longer you patch, remember I said there's a compound effect. The longer you patch, the more benefits you will gain. We have a health tracker sheet. The person that invited you can send you that health tracker. It helps you in about 10 different categories be able to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Where am I in these areas of sleep and energy and mental clarity, physical, right? Where am I in my overall health? Where am I in my skin, my goals, my weight, things like that, and track your progress over the coming days and weeks and months and years, because you'll be able to cross those things off your list the longer you patch. The more you patch, what we call a compound effect kicks in. When those genes start to express to other genes, when those young, youthful, healthy stem cells now in your body go to those organs and those cells and those tissues and those systems, they make them young and youthful and healthy again. So we're either degenerating, right? Or our body is declining as we age, or we can actually stop this aging process with this technology. We can actually help repair and regenerate damaged organs and systems in the body, and we can actually reverse the functionality. One of my favorite studies, Marcy, and I'm going to turn it over to you, was one that David did looking at the vascular system. Remember, I said you only have one heart, number one killer, heart disease. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of important. But looking at the vascular system, every 6 weeks using this patch, your vascular system functioned 8 weeks younger. Every 6 weeks, it's 8 weeks younger. I remember interviewing Dr. Sanders, a pharmacologist, with you 2.5 years ago, right when I first started, and he had a heart attack in his 30s, mid 30s, right? And his heart, or no, he was in his 40s. I think it was his 40s, and his heart was functioning as a 75-year-old, and 5 meds, none of it worked. Got off all the meds, got a holistic woman, got all the supplements, all the food, still heart was functioning in his, mid 70s. He comes across LifeWave, starts patching with X39 every day. Well, I meet him 1 year into patching. He's in his mid 60s now. His heart was functioning in his mid 30s. And he actually had the scans to show it. You can measure your age of your heart. It's not hard. Go to your cardiologist. They'll tell you exactly how old your heart is, your vascular system. That's powerful. 1 year later, and he dropped 40 years off the age of his life. So I interviewed him, it's probably maybe 5 or 6 months ago. Number one, I had to take screenshots of the picture, the actual screen. I'm like, Dr. Sanders, buddy, I interviewed you at 1 year in. Now I'm interviewing you here. You're 3 years in. Whoa, you don't even look like the same person. And much like Jill had shared with us earlier, he had said that he cut his finger, cutting like a sweet potato, cut it to the bone, right? Should have had stitches. He's like, I know, I'm a doctor. I'm not going to go get stitches. That's a bad idea, right? That body's not going to be able to heal itself as fast if I do that. So he just put a Band-Aid on it, pressure and whatever, but to the bone. He said he got up the next day and it was completely healed. He's like, I cannot believe how fast 3 years on this patch is just like Jill, how fast my body healed, because it had all of its own stem cells active and moving and mobile. So know that no matter what's going on with you from A to Z, everything in between, when you use this patch, you'll cross those things off your list. You'll get your body back into balance. We call that homeostasis. And that's where you want to be. And that's where you want to stay, so you can stop patching whenever you want to start aging again. Marcy, I'm going to turn it over to you, girl. Let's hear about this income opportunity.
Well, I think you know why this is a business. Dr. Stacy just explained why it's a business, because this technology is groundbreaking and it's helping so many people. And I know I've been patching for 4 years. And when Dr. Rhonda Donahue and I started sharing, because the product works today, I believe Dr. Stacy, Team Evolve has over 80,000 families we're helping. You don't help that many families if the product isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. And, one of the reasons we decided to build the business is because the product worked. But there were some other reasons why we decided to build a business. First of all, I was amazed at the patents and the technology in this company. Mm-hmm. David Schmidt is the owner, inventor, and CEO, and the man likes research and patents. He's an inventor. He has over 100 patents, and 90 research studies. He has a 20-year patent on X39, the wearable light technology that Dr. Stacy was talking about. So now it's patented wearable light technology. And some of you are going to want to read the patent numbers. I'm going to give it to you. 10,716,953B1. Dr. Stacy probably has that memorized, I bet. I had to read it. But having said that, you know what the patent says? It says that X39 activates stem cells. It says that it does that through activating GHK through a non-transdermal patch using light. That's the patent. That's what it says. How many companies have a patent like that on their groundbreaking technology, right? From a business perspective, I didn't want to sell a powder, a pill, a juice, a cream, right? Dr. Stacy, like I wanted to represent cutting edge technology that couldn't be copied, that had patents. And so that's one of the reasons this is an amazing business. Another reason this business is on fire is because of the growth of the company. This company started in 2004 and it was small. David was talking light and activating frequencies of light in 2004, and he was ahead of his time. The company was only doing about 30 million a year. But in 2018, when X39 came, all of a sudden people started talking about things like light, peptides, and stem cells and understanding them. And all of a sudden, our company started to shoot up to 300 million. We're close to 400 million today. And so we even higher, Dr. Stacy says, well, help me out. 500 million? Are we higher? Help me out.
We're close. I think we're at 330 million last year. We're about a 46% increase. So David had said last month at an event I was at with him, it was a little over 400 million.
Oh my goodness. There you go. You heard it from source. Okay, so the company is in momentum. And here's the other crazy piece. This team is in momentum. Team Evolve. This is the team that we build with. This team is all about love, working. We do the work. We also have high IQ and we are very creative. And because of that, we have created systems to make simple duplication. StartX39now.com. Dr. Stacy explained that's where you find product information. We also have Start333biz.com. That's where everything you need to know to run the business is located. Trust me when I say we have a system that is growing this team. I know that because we just hit our top 100. What does that mean? In 4 years, we have rank advanced 100 people to the top 3 positions. That is something that we are all so proud of. And here's the thing, because Team Evolve does it together, we all work together to do it. You will see that there is a lot of love and we work together. Also, the compensation plan is amazing. Most companies pay 40% and keep 60%. LifeWave is the other direction. We pay 60% and keep 40% to run the company. Well, let me say that again. We pay 60% out. It is huge. And you might want to say, well, how do we pay it out? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the 4 ways that the company pays out. And a 5th way I'm going to give you a little hit on as well. So number 1, we pay retail $50 every time X39 drop ships to someone's house. Auto ship that ships every month. We pay $20 every month it ships. That is a 20% profit. It's good. Then we go into product introduction bonus. We pay lump sum for every pack that drop ships to your people's house. Bronze $15, silver $50, gold $100, platinum $150, diamond $200. But if you upgrade to a diamond and then you drop ship a platinum, it's $300. Drop ship a diamond, it's $500. Trust me, the lump sums are good. And then we paid residual on a binary. We are a 2-leg residual, and you can build as deep as you want on the binary. Every time your small leg cycles has 330 points, and your big leg has 660, you make a $50 cycle bonus. And yes, the computer in your back office figures that all out for you. Don't worry. And you can make up to 25,000 a week. Some people on this call right now are maxing that out already. Gen Match is huge. Most companies pay 25 to 30%. LifeWave pays 65% Gen Match. Once again, it's huge. 3 levels down, 25%, 20%, 20% on multiple enroller lines. Big money in binary cycling and Gen Match. But because we went in momentum and because David owns the company and it's not public, that means he gets to make the decisions. All the man wants to do is make products that help us live longer. And he wants to reward people that work hard, which we do. So he decided to create another bonus for us. It gives me chills. He has made a bonus that's 5% of total global volume. So it's a percent of global. So we're incented to all work together internationally. And it is broken out in shares and paid quarterly based on your rank, and you have to, of course, have some qualifications, and you can get with the person that brought you here to learn that piece. But basically, it's huge. So that is now the 5th way that you earn commissions in this company. Also, it's pretty amazing. We're vertically integrated. Did you remember how Dr. Stacy was talking about how it was created, the crystal, and how it was medical grade, the way the patch was created? It's all done in David's lab. It's vertical. He doesn't source out anything.
Mhm.
The chain, do you remember in COVID where you couldn't get anything because the supply chain wasn't working well? Do you know we shipped all through COVID? We didn't have one problem because our supply chain is owned by David. Do you know that we can ship 1 billion families, a billion in volume a year? And I believe now we were told we could ship 2. See, whenever I say something, you know what Dr. Stacy does? She just doubles it, just double it. And so that's amazing. We also have global expansion. We're in 80 countries. We have 12 offices around the world, and we have, help me out. I'm throwing this out. 15? Give it to me. Come on, help me.
We're getting ready. We just opened up South Korea, yes. So that
So
would be our
how many offices do we have, Doctor?
15 corporate offices, 12 distribution centers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I think we're just at almost 10 corporate offices.
Okay, so one more time. Let's do this one more time correctly. Help me out here. She's really good at this. 80 countries. How many distribution centers?
12.
And how many offices?
I believe we're at 10.
Thank you.
I believe. Double check. South Korea just opened, and I know they just opened another one this year too. So,
and that's
we're opening a new corporate office.
No, we're open in South Korea now too. That opens in like 2 days. And I'm going to tell you a story about this, Dr. Stacy. I was talking to a woman who wanted to order product, and she lives in Greece, and she's a doctor. And she's like, oh my gosh, we need to do the licenses. I got to talk to the government officials. We got to do all this work. It's hard to get in here. And I said, no, we don't. We're already there. We just click the drop-down menu, hit Greece, and ship. She goes, you do not. I go, yes, we do. She goes, give me a diamond pack. Like, that is how easy it is. So
Yeah.
Please don't be late to the barbecue. Like, we are in momentum now. You know, there is a product curve, and Dr. Stacy will help me with this if I mess this up, but a product curve, you introduce, you get all your product working, and then you start to grow, and you grow into momentum, and then you flat, and then you decline. There's many companies in decline. I'll give you a declining company. Does anybody ever put a quarter in a payphone anymore? No, you wouldn't want stocks. That's declining. A growth stock still would be, I would say, Apple. People are still loving that technology. Something that's flat, well, I worked for a pet food company back in the day. That's flat now, right? We were lucky to get 1% growth a year. What is our growth? What did they say our growth was today, Dr. Stacy? LifeWave?
We had 45 million in sales last month, but year to date, we're up about 46% in
okay,
the US.
Let's do this. Okay, this is fun. Did you hear what she said? Payphones are declining. A company like pet food industry is at 1%. Apple's doing pretty good, but LifeWave is growing. Did you say 46% a year? Okay. Do we need to say anymore? Now is the time. We have the right technology. We're helping the right people. It's all about stem cells. I'll end with this, Dr. Stacy, since I have 3 minutes. This is a funny story. Funny story. I'm talking to a woman who's opening up a regenerative clinic in Manhattan Beach, California. And she said it's all about peptides and light and stem cells and restructured water and ozone and IVs and what else did she say? Hyperbaric chambers, like all this regenerative stuff, light, lasers and red light. And she goes, that's why I'm getting your technology, because you're right in line with what's happening. You have a wearable version of this. I said, I do. And then Jan and I went to an LA concert last night. And these are guys that have been in the music industry forever. They're 80, right? They've been playing since the 60s, right, doctor? And I showed them our patches and they go, oh my gosh, that activates stem cells. Do you know all the guys that are 80 look 60 again? I said, what do you mean? Yeah, these Mick Jagger, all these guys, they're flying over to Europe and Mexico getting stem cell injections and they look 20 years older. I said, I know. Ours activates with light, your own, for less than a cup of coffee a day. They all took information and put one of those patches on, Dr. Stacy.
I bet they did.
We're in the right time for what we have. So with that, thanks so much. Back to you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Marcy. We're going to wrap up our call this evening. You get back with the person that invited you. If you're interested in joining LifeWave as a customer, we would love to have you. Obviously, if you're interested in jumping in and riding this huge wave that, again, is going straight up, how is that happening? Because David is inventing everything. Literally, and everything that comes on the market and what is coming on the market is being invented by the man. We are not a Me Too company. So you're not going to find this anywhere else. So if you're interested in that and you want to take advantage of this incredible compensation plan, then get back with that person that invited you. We would love to have you lock arms with us and join our team. Thank you all for being here this evening.